Hello, 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 everyone. You know what time it is. It's Tales Behind the Creative. I am, of course, your hostess with the Samostess, Simone Allison, here for episode number 12. I've also got my special, lovely guest assistant here, Luna. Always love to bring her in. I know she definitely captures some of my viewers here, so I woke her up from a nap, so I hope you guys enjoy her presence because she is not having it. But we are here tonight with my special guest, Stephen Maynard. He is a local musician here in Erie. Actually, my old guitar teacher from way back in the day when I used to freaking partake in all the music here. Let me put her down. She's over it. Yeah, so it's really, really cool that I get to have him on my show. I love this man. He's amazing. He's done a lot of work with vinyl as well in the local community. So that's pretty interesting. So we're going to do what we usually do here. I'm on Facebook Live. If you have any questions, any comments, you let me know. I'll pull up on him and let him know. And other than that, let's spread this love, positivity. Kind of move away from all the craziness that's going on. Countdown keeps ensuing. We're almost there, guys. Only a few more weeks and we're done. We're out the house. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let my cat out the room because she is ready to go. And then I'm going to bring Stephen in and we're going to have some fun, okay? Come on, let me go. Come on. Bye. Ooh. All right, let's bring him in. Let's see. And the audio's gonna load. Hello? Oh, you gotta unmute yourself. You're muted. There should be like a little microphone button in the bottom left-hand corner. Because you're definitely muted. Unless I muted you. I could have done that. Oh, I muted you. Haha. Just kidding. There we are.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. We're good.
I can hear me now.
They can certainly hear you now. What's up, dude?
Nothing. What's up? What are you doing?
I just got done torturing my cat. So there's that. But just chilling like a villain, living my best life. I drank a Bang energy drink, so I'm on a roll.
I got my coffee. I've been up since 10:45 last night. I ain't slept yet.
Oh my God.
Because this whole quarantine thing has really messed up my sleep habits.
Yeah.
Which were already pretty bad, so now they're even worse.
Oh no. You gotta get yourself back on track.
I went to sleep Sunday night, which was really technically Monday afternoon. At like noon or 1, and then I woke up Monday night at like 10:45, and then I've just been awake ever since.
Oh my goodness gracious!
I had a couple things to do in the afternoon, and I was like, well, if I take a nap, I'm going to sleep through them. And then I had this thing with you, and I was like, well, if I take a nap, I'm going to sleep through that.
Oh jeez. Well, I appreciate you for dealing with your sleep deprivation and coming on this show. It means a lot.
I can see myself.
Oh my gosh. I'm bugging out. Am I tripping right now? Is this a hallucination? Oh my gosh. So besides going through this whole sleep deprivation, how else has your day been? What else you been up to?
Just getting my teaching back on track,
Yeah.
For those people out there that don't know, I've been a local music teacher for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Coming up on 20, if not 20, coming up on 20.
My goodness.
And I've been out of work since the 12th of last month. So last week I was like, I should probably start doing something again. So I decided to go online with the whole teaching and stuff and everything. So I've been getting that going, and that's pretty much what I spent most of my day doing, was getting that all set up. Because last week was like a test drive, and then this week I was like, all right, we need to make it like really legit, official and stuff.
Right.
Get the little microphone and the whole spiel going and stuff. So
nice.
Getting back on track with that. I enjoyed the couple weeks off of not having to work.
Right.
And when you're a guitar player for a living, that means that I spent 3 weeks not playing guitar.
You're right.
Everybody's like, you're probably playing all kinds of guitar while you're at home. And I'm like, no, I'm just kind of sitting around.
I'm just enjoying my break, okay?
I'm just playing video games and not even thinking about that stuff.
Right, I feel it. We all gotta find something to do to pass the time in a positive way.
I had a couple buddies that like challenged me to like a riff a day for 30 days, and I was like, nah, not doing that.
Not that.
I was like, maybe at the end I'll give you like 30 riffs in one afternoon or something, but
right.
Do this every day.
Oh my Lord, I can feel it though. Well, at least you're kind of getting back to it. Just hopefully you can catch up on the sleep is the most important.
Right. I've also been jump roping and getting back in the riding my skateboard around and stuff too.
Okay, nice. There you go.
For those that don't know, I've been a long time skateboarder in the Erie area as well. So lots of band things.
You have that shop above Ink Assassins, right?
Yep. Me and my buddy Iggy used to have 2189 Skate Shop, which was a staple for about 4 or 5 years. It was a lot of fun. A little too much fun. we can't really talk about the fun we had there, but not really appropriate.
We all have our moments.
A lot of moms would be worried that their children were there if they knew what was going on.
I remember pulling up there because I used to go when I went to Collegiate. I definitely walked like up the hill to come check it out a couple times. Mm-hmm. It was always fun for sure.
Oh yeah, I still see a lot of kids from back then and stuff that would come up the hill and hang out. Because one of the kids, Manny Lemire, he went to Collegiate Academy and he used to work in the shop and skate with us. And then the young Sydney Zimmerman, who's making a splash in the local political scene.
Yeah, she is. She's been out here slaying the game.
He used to roll up there all the time and stuff. So, it was fun to have that spot and have it be like the meetup spot it was for the community and stuff, especially those people that like couldn't meet up at like a bar like we're so used to doing nowadays and stuff.
Right.
So I think it's one of the things we've always kind of been into doing, whether if we were doing bands or skateboard stuff, was just trying to like supply something for everybody, not just like bar age people and people that want to do 5 shots and not really care what's going on,
Amen. So kind of like my friend who does like the all ages venues, so people like we all have something to do, right?
Yeah, there's people picking that up now and doing that stuff again, like that Elvis girl and stuff.
Yeah, Elvis, that's what I'm talking about. She's out here killing the game with her.
She's up there doing that, which like I think is us being older people, because I'm now 43. Sometimes like ancient, just falling over dead every day. But I think there's a long period of time where like me and my buddy Iggy, Jason Immig, he used to do hardcore bands and stuff when we were younger, but we used to do the all ages thing. And then we had a nice lull where we weren't doing anything, and we're like, well, we're old and tired and somebody needs to do this besides us. And now we've got like her, she's doing it and stuff. And I know some other people are starting to get in on it. So, Erie is kind of one of those things that always kind of comes in waves.
Seriously, though.
You either have like 80 people doing it or you have nobody doing it.
That is the truest statement right there, for real.
And the best times is to catch it before the peak, catch it when it's first taken off and catch it when it's first like ended and stuff,
Right, exactly.
Flatten that curve. Let it out.
Amen. So you already got some love coming your way. We got Evan D. Long over here who said, rest in peace to 2189, best board shop. He got his first board there, and he said you're a legend.
Oh, jeez. Thanks, Evan. I appreciate that.
Clout right there. I can agree, though. You are quite the legend. You've taught me a lot of tips and tricks, especially when it comes to guitar. So.
Oh yeah.
I still got all my books and whatnot. I can't read music for shit anymore, but I still got them for memories.
for some people, they're music lessons. For other people, they're life lessons.
Yes, exactly. And they were definitely both for me.
You're always going to find a way to. You're always going to find a way to connect with a student one way or the other. You know.
Yes.
Like, all right, this kid's going to be a musical genius, or at least we won't let this kid be dumb and get murdered in the streets.
Exactly. I like it. You're so influential.
What I'm here for.
Amen. So, kind of when it comes to your music career, have you worked with like anyone else in the community music-wise? Because I know you do like your guitar lessons, but then you also been doing shows with like your vinyl as well, which is really, really cool.
Yeah, I do a lot of the vinyl nights and stuff around town, and I think that's kind of like after years and years and years of doing bands, I think I really enjoy doing my vinyl nights because it's like I just get to hang out, defuse, and like just play songs that I'm really into listening to, you know?
Right.
Like it's always like, you know, it's a box of records, so you're gonna get what I feel like listening to, and what I think you should listen to. And you being an old guitar student, you know how that goes. I'm like, listen to this band, listen to this band, listen to this band. And then like 15 years later, you're like, you know what? Sometimes I still listen to that band.
Yes, like, I swear to God, too. I really do. Because I come here and be like, I want to play this song. And you're like, no, we're going to do this.
Like, and I enjoy doing those a couple times a month because it's fun, it's relaxing, you know, and I get to get all the music out there I want people to hear, because I think part of music education is not just like showing you the ins and outs and how it works, but trying to turn you on to things, turn you on to influences and stuff like that.
Right.
And it surprises a lot of my students when I like tell them to listen to like hip hop, or if I tell them to like listen to like jazz music, or every once in a while I'll bust out like some 1960s country western guy, and they'll be like, what? And I'm like, just check it out.
Right.
Because you want your finished product to be well-rounded.
Right.
And I'm not one to like teach a lot of songs. You know, I'll teach you a song or two, but I like to teach you like how it all works, how the theory puts it together, how do we write something that sounds like what you hear in your head and stuff like that. But before you can write what you hear in your head, you got to have some music rolling around in your head.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
So get some inspiration and stuff, you know. So definitely don't write anything off, even if you don't want to listen to it at home on your own. When it comes on, give it an honest listen. You know what I mean?
Right. Embrace the moment for what it is.
Yeah, I'm not saying go home and just listen to Eazy-E all day, but you know, when it comes on, there's something there. Check it out.
Right.
Get influenced by the beat and the rhythm and stuff, you know. So when it comes to my vinyl nights, I like to do stuff like that, especially because I really haven't been playing in any bands around town lately, you know.
Right.
I just feel kind of like we were saying earlier, with like the ebb and flow, like people doing things and not doing things, you know. The musical scene in Erie has really changed a lot since 1990. I mean, I think I started my first hardcore band when we were like straight edge and all that stuff in like 1990.
I remember those days.
But for me, those days were 1991. And then you guys got to show up.
Wait, I was before I was born, but whatever.
But like, you know, the musical scene's changed. So I remember when Erie was a lot of like punk rock, hardcore bands, and then all of a sudden you enter into like the 2000s and stuff, and you start getting like a little bit of like indie rock in there, and then all of a sudden you start getting like the singer-songwriter stuff is really like all over the place and stuff, you know. And I think where we're at right now is like this interesting mix of like singer-songwriters and then some bands that don't really fit into like a niche genre.
Yeah, right.
Like
I can agree.
You know, like one of the musicians I've always loved being in bands with is Chris Head, and I know you know Chris and stuff. You know, he's one of the most phenomenal drummers I've ever worked with. You know, that kid can literally roll out of bed, eat a handful of cheesy poofs, sit down and listen to your riff, and then come up with a drum beat 10 seconds later, and it's perfect. And then next week he still remembers it.
That's amazing.
And, you know, you look at him and you're like, how do you remember that?
Right. How the hell?
I don't remember that. We remember that. But, working with him over the years and doing like thrash metal and some other weird projects and stuff, and now he does like the LEC thing, which like what is that?
I love the LEC. Shout out to them.
But like, what is it? It's not like rock and roll. It's not like hip hop. It's not like this. It's not like that. It's just kind of like its own thing, Yeah. And I think Erie's entered into a lot of its own things and stuff nowadays.
Right.
Which is interesting and cool. I'm interested to see where it goes next,
Seriously, what's going to be the next wave of the musicians that come out?
Especially with this lull that we're having and we're going to continue to have for a little while,
Yep.
It's kind of like a hard reset, Everybody's taking a break from stuff. People aren't jamming with each other like they used to and everything. And it's going to be really interesting to see what happens when we're allowed out and about again.
Right, for real. Oh my God, I know, I can't wait. I feel like there's going to be so many different collaborations. And like you said, like so many different new genres that might just come out of the mix. Like the shows are epic.
Oh yeah. Maybe people will be a little more motivated too, you know what I mean?
Right.
Which is something I think a lot of people lack sometimes, I think like, I know when I was younger and I was in bands, our big thing was like never to play here. We wanted to play everywhere else. Yes. And now a lot of people are very content playing here. Yeah. But then all of a sudden here just disappeared. Yeah. So maybe when it's all comes back around, everyone gets a little bit more motivated. It was like, you know what? This could happen again. We need to make the best of this. Let's really bust our butts and freaking get our shit out there and see what happens with it and stuff.
Amen.
There's a big market out there besides the Kings Rook Club and Jekyll and Hyde's.
Right, yeah. So true, so true.
Marlene's Basement.
Oh my God, I love Marlene's Basement. So much fun there. I miss open mic nights and everything else.
Yeah. There's definitely some, and I miss the open mic guys at the Room 33 and stuff,
Yes, that was another really, really good time.
I'd like to stop in there and say hi to everybody for a minute and then roll on out because, I'm always like just in and out, like never there.
Yeah, you are. You're just like hopping around.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, you saw me for a minute and I'll see you tomorrow. Like I might even take
presents and give your support. So that's all I'm mad.
Like I know I'm going to definitely take advantage of a lot of the things that I wasn't taking advantage of before this whole quarantine thing. I mean, I fell into that laziness and stuff where I was like, oh, catch that band next time. Yeah, I'm tired of that bar. Yeah, I'm tired of this. Now I'm just like, well, you know what? You're tired of it, but you never know when it's just going to go away just like that. So, get out there and support. Get out there and support a little bit more, which everybody should do, because you got to support. Otherwise, there's no point in doing any of it.
Seriously. And that's why I hope like these interviews will even give people more of the push, because not only will they get to see their artists live in action, but they get to learn a little bit more about them, which will make them a little bit more intrigued to actually go out and show their support instead of just sitting there, oh, well, I missed another one. Like, no, get out there and go.
Yeah. For sure.
Like getting out and going to vote. Like get to a show and show your support.
That's an important thing too. Even though there's nobody worth voting for. Still an important thing to do.
Yes.
You don't know who to vote for. Vote for me.
There we go. Maynard 2020 for the win. Get this man on the ballot.
Give me 5 years. I'm going to run for mayor.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited.
Once I reach old man status of like 50, I'm going to run for mayor.
I love it. I'm totally voting for you right now. I will be on the campaign trail with you, repping you hard. I got your back.
I'll hold you to it.
For real, we're ready. Oh, so Chris said he loves you and he said hi because he's here.
Chris Head?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Hi, Chris Head.
Yeah, he pulled up on us. And then we've got Doc Proto. He said, again, you are a legend.
Oh, thanks, guys.
And then you got Joe Lynch, who said that he took lessons at Nolan's. And he, and he seen you, but you always made him laugh. And when you came out of your room,
I always like to make people laugh.
You certainly. I would be crying laughing sometimes.
I always get that from like parents and stuff sometimes, like when their kid takes from another teacher. They'll be like, your kids seem to be having a lot of fun in there. And I was like,
right. Right. I know. I got so lucky to have you. Like, my mom's actually watching this right now. She was like, oh, I'm totally going to watch this.
Hey, Miss Crockett.
I love Steve. He was the best teacher ever. He taught you so many things, and you always just came home in a good mood after your freaking lesson. So.
And she was always fun to see in the store and all that stuff. I always got a kick out of seeing her. I still get a kick out of seeing her because every so often you two roll around together and stuff.
Yes, causing all the commotion downtown. We're rebels.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So kind of with all the craziness going on, kind of what is your take with this whole pandemic that we're dealing with?
Well, I think it's the second coming of the Lord, and everybody's going to catch on fire.
For real? That's what I feel like, oh my God, this is the end of the world.
You know, it's kind of funny because I don't really think that, but with stuff like this, it's really hard to say because the media hypes stuff up so bad.
Yeah.
And it's you see people around town taking it way seriously, and you see people around town not taking it seriously at all because we're just not in a hot spot like New York or Philadelphia or Florida and stuff like that.
Right.
But obviously it's severe enough that the rulers of the world are concerned about it and stuff. Right. But it's also one of those things where okay, the world's been around for so many millions of years, and things like this happen, they come and they go. And they almost have to happen, we can't really avoid them. But us being human beings and being so advanced in our thought and our technologies, we want to try to control the outcome of everything. But if you think about it, the world is overpopulated. Mm-hmm. There's food shortages in different portions of the world and stuff. Amen. And as sad as it is, some humans need to die.
Yeah, for real though. I mean, it's the law of nature, the law of life.
It is, and we're here trying to fight it. I mean, yeah, of course, we want to survive and everything, but we also got to kind of accept it and not live in total fear of it because whatever happens is going to happen.
Exactly.
Do your best to take your safety precautions, wear your mask if you want to wear your mask. I mean, I've been home and I've probably only gone to the grocery store 3 times.
Okay.
I like to go, I know you follow me on Facebook and stuff, and I go on my late night drives, around midnight.
I've seen that. Breaking curfew.
Just to see how empty the streets and stuff are.
Right.
But I mean, you got to keep living. You can't totally live in fear of it and everything. It's even funny when you see people talking about like climate change and all that stuff. Everyone's oh my God, the lake. Rum Runners has flooded over. And
oh my gosh, I know. That's crazy.
And you know what? My Nana told me that was going to happen 35 years ago.
The Nana will see the future.
The lake's going to take it all back. And then I'm standing here and I'm like, yeah, see.
Nana was right.
Right. Taking it all back, And everybody wants to talk about the weather and the climate change. And I'm like, man, you know how many ice ages the earth has been through?
Right.
It gets hot. It gets cold. It gets real hot. It gets real cold.
It gets real chilly. I mean, it's snowing right now. I'm pretty sure still.
Yeah,
Right.
It was snowing and stuff, and it's okay, yeah, that's kind of bizarre, but you know what? If it keeps happening, then it's just normal.
Right.
And then when we're dead, our kids and grandkids pick up on another climate change, oh my gosh, the emissions and all this is well, no, just the earth has to do this stuff sometimes, and
right.
Roll with it. Don't get too overly protective or lose too much sleep about that stuff.
Seriously though.
Do what you can to be the best you can and just roll with it. You're only here for a short time. Don't waste all your time being worried about it.
Right. Roll with the punches and go with the flow. That's all that we can inevitably do at the end of the day. We can't control anything. Like I keep saying, we could be stuck in a house longer, but it's all dependent off of the virus. Not any one person can make it go faster or slower, So,
and then they're talking about this virus coming around again in the fall.
Yeah, right.
So okay, so this is the new flu. We're gonna have this all the time.
Exactly.
So we got to figure out how to do it. Where not everybody dies.
Exactly. We got to work on this cure ASAP. We need the Tamiflu version for COVID-19.
I had some dude get in an argument with me about this stuff, and he was like, "So you're volunteering your family to die?" And I was like, "Well, no, I'm not volunteering them to die, but I'm like, but if they die from it, they die from it."
Right? I can't control that.
I can't do nothing about that.
Gee, I'm not Jesus.
I'm not gonna put my mom in a plastic bubble and roll her down the road, even though that would be really entertaining.
I just envisioned that, and I was like, oh my God, that's wild. Just looking out the front window here, Steve pushing it. Come on, Mom, let's go.
She comes rolling up in that bubble. I got some mail for you. I came to the house.
I'm deceased. Oh my God, that's great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so kind of while you've been stuck at the house, have you been working on like any new projects, learning any new techniques, finding any new inspirations?
No.
No, not really. Just
No, I
chilling.
started writing some stuff the other day after I got all my computer stuff kind of set up and rolling and everything, and I got a little bit of motivation. And I mean, I would like to put a band together and like
Yeah.
do something like, I guess according to the law in the fall of 2021.
Yeah, right.
The next time a band can play live again. But I mean, I've been kicking around some musical ideas and stuff, and trying to put down some like notations, like
Okay.
record some MP3s and stuff like that. But,
Yeah.
you know, finding people to play with is an interesting thing in a town this big, because, you know, the greater metropolitan area in the city of Erie is like 300,000 people, which sounds like a lot of people, and it kind of is.
Right.
But your musicians there's probably only like a couple hundred of them, and everybody's in 5 freaking bands.
For real, seriously though, I see that all the time when I'm going to shows. I'm like, didn't I just see you last week with another group? What the hell?
It's like Matt Texter. You know, he's a local singer-songwriter and stuff, for those that don't know Matt. And he's really great and stuff. If you like the whole like country western Johnny Cashy stuff, he's great. But he's been like reminiscing and posting these old pictures of like shows and stuff from like this band, the Telephonics, and this band Dirt McGurk, and a couple other bands. And I'm looking at it and I was like, this is all the same people.
Oh, right.
Just switching it up a little bit.
Of it all.
Yeah. And you still see some of that today, but the one thing I want to do is really trap down like a drummer and a bass player that aren't really committed to something else.
Okay, right,
and kind of give it its all. And my musical tastes have been changing over the years too. Like I used to be real into like thrash metal. I still am, you know, don't get me wrong.
Right.
Still into thrash metal and stuff like that, but my playing is really a lot more influenced by like indie rock and like a lot of like 1950s like jazz players and stuff.
Right.
So I get real into that melodic kind of take you on a musical ride, you know.
Yes.
We're gonna get real happy, then we're gonna get real sad.
Exactly. It's a
then we're gonna cry a little bit, and you know, then we're gonna be like, whoa, what were we crying about? I don't
remember, but it's so beautiful.
Yeah, you know, we're gonna shoot for stuff like that. So Chris Head, I might be calling you to quit your other bands.
Pull up on Steve. I need to see this band make some beautiful magic.
I'll just call Chris out of nowhere and be like, hey, this is Johnny. We're going to start practicing in Ohio, and I know you can't get there, so.
Oh, my God.
You're out.
I can't. You got Ralph over here. He said, hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. Oh, my goodness. So,
hi, Ralph.
Kind of speaking of like challenges and kind of like finding, you know, band members for band and stuff, like what challenges have you found for yourself during the creative process while being stuck inside during all of this?
Well, with the creative process, I think it's a constant wrestle between like what's going to come first. Am I going to write some lyrics first? Am I going to write a guitar riff? Am I going to write a melody line on the bass? You know, where's it going to start at? Where's this going to come from? You know,
right.
So I'm always trying to wrestle with the idea of the perfect composition and where the perfect composition starts at. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like a lot of your rock and roll bands, it's usually like a guitar riff and stuff. But I mean, like when you look at a guitar riff, it's a good backing track. You know, when you're talking about power chords and bar chords and stuff, but it's not a very inspirational piece melodically, you know, like we're like, that's why I really love bass players and stuff, because bass players come up with like a cool bass line and stuff, you know. And a lot of people are like usually like, well, wait on that, man, let us figure out what we're doing first. And it's like, no, I want to work off of his melody line and see how I can paint that up, you know. So, and then you got to think about after you do that, if you come from the music side first, then your lyrics are gonna like, I don't want to say suffer,
Right.
But like, you're going to find yourself limited in the presentation if you're writing your lyrics around the melody and the chord progression and stuff. Where if you're like, oh, I've got this great song and the words have to go this way.
Right.
But I'm not much of a singer. Like I get a kick out of writing lyrics and stuff, but if you hear me sing, you're gonna be
like, some glass is gonna break.
Like, what are you doing? There was a while where I was singing on the choir at church because I like to go to church,
That's
and the one priest is a friend of mine and stuff, and I'd be singing and he'd lean over to me and he'd go, "Aren't you a music teacher?" I'd be like, yeah. And he'd be like, why are you always flat?
Told you right out. He was like, get your tone and pitch. Let's go.
I was like, man. I didn't think you're supposed to be this harsh. You're supposed to be loving and forgiving, not calling me out of my flatness.
He said, honesty is the best policy over here.
But then I think that set me off on this thing for like a month where I was like just sitting there strumming chords, trying to be like,
harmonies.
I'm like, I'm like, nope, that doesn't sound good.
That was beautiful. I can't.
Like, oh. The other criteria, if you want to be in a band with me, you might have to sing things that I write because I can't sing them.
Oh my God. I will pull up on you with some songs. I got you. My voice is a little rusty. I got to work on it, but I can hit some notes here and there.
I always tell my students, I'm like, I've been playing guitar for like 35 years and I have never picked up a chick playing guitar and singing them a song. I was like, so you need to practice your singing if you're going to make this work.
Right. We've got a fair and share on this for sure.
I'm like, oh, baby, I think you're swell. They're like, no.
She's like, I'm like, hold on. I think I'm getting a call. I gotta go. My dog just got in an accident. I gotta get home.
We're like, you practice that. I'll call you in a month.
We'll check in then and see where your progress has landed, ya.
Sometimes I'll get a girlfriend and be like, I wrote you a song. And then I'll like make a recording. I'll give it to them. Like, where's the singing? I'm like, you don't want that.
You don't need it. Just picture it in your head, all right?
It's in your head. It's about you. You know yourself. Just
right.
Put yourself into the tune. Think about your eyes. Think about your hair. Think about how you want me to touch your chin. Just
oh my God.
Have a good time.
I love it. Imagination is key at this point.
That's right. You get the CD, there's a piece of paper with like a couple descriptive terms. Like, I really like your eyes and your height is really nice.
And just ad-lib the rest.
Yeah. Just take it from there. It's about you.
Oh my gosh. I'm loving it. So during this whole quarantine, like what is one of the best things that you've taken from it? And then one of the worst things that you've taken from it?
Oh, one of the worst things that I've taken from it is that I've figured out that I don't like spending this much time with myself.
Seriously, yeah, same.
I'm like, I'm starting to annoy myself here.
It's like, leave me alone. No, you
I'm
leave
like,
me alone.
I keep saying the same jokes out loud and nobody's laughing.
I've done that too.
I'm like, oh yeah. And then the other thing that I think is positive is that I've enjoyed having this much time with myself.
Yeah.
It's both good and bad.
It's give and take, right? Like you're learning things about yourself that are great, and you're learning other things that might not be so hot. And then you put the two together, it's just like a whole self-realization.
Yeah, it's like rediscovering. I'm like on this permanent retreat.
Yes, right though.
Where I'm in charge of it, so it's going real slow.
really slow, like a whole rehab process in a way.
But I've realized how socially inclined I am to like be out and about and talking to people and stuff, And it's also made me realize that a lot of the connections I've had with people over the years that sometimes I take for granted and think are just like fly-by-night or, nonchalant acquaintances are actually a little bit more than that. I find myself being like, man, I miss running into this person and shooting the shit with them for like a good hour or two and da-da-da-da-da. So, it really makes you kind of reevaluate socially how you view different people and stuff like
right.
that in your life, and realize that some people mean a little bit more to you than you thought they meant to you. So,
seriously, though, relationships really do show their true colors in a time like this.
Yeah, it really does. It really does, because like you find yourself sitting around, you get like a text from someone who you don't expect to get a text from, being like, hey, what's up? Just saying, hey,
right.
You all right? You need something to let me know and stuff, and you're just like, wow, man, I didn't know that person gave a shit.
Yeah, I had a friend literally call me last night out of the blue, and he was just like, I'm just checking in on you, making sure you're okay, letting you know that I love your show. And like, I was like, oh my God, I'm crying. I didn't even know we loved each other this much. I can't wait to see you. It really hits home sometimes, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then like, like when I take like those like drives at night and stuff, it really is kind of eerie and scary,
Yeah.
Like I usually go like out east or out west or out south and stuff, and you just see how empty everything is, and you think about how everything that you did every day that you took for granted just really is like not there,
Exactly.
Stupid things, like dumb shit, like going to like Irish Cousins in Lawrence Park to watch people that you don't know be super trashy.
Right, exactly right. It's a ghost town now, and it's like, I don't like this. Like, I need.
I'm like, what is that? I'm like, what is that crazy toothless lady up to that tries to make out with everybody? Like she was like a Friday night highlight, and I don't even know if she's alive.
Yes, I love people watching at the Rock. I absolutely miss it so much.
Ever since I was young, me and my buddies, when we were like 13 and stuff, we'd go up to the mall with our skateboards and literally just sit on the benches for like 3 hours, just watch people and stuff,
Yeah.
And I still love to do that nowadays. Just roll up somewhere and be like, all right, here you go. And I'll tell you, one of the best people watching things I saw recently was at the Avalon Hotel. Because the Avalon let all the homeless people in there.
Yes.
To like stay, right. which is really awesome. That's super awesome, I've always been a big I don't want to say a champion for the homeless, but I've always gave a shit about them and tried to do stuff for them.
Looking out.
Especially in the winter times and whatnot, with helping out with the overflow shelter and everything. But so I think it was really great that the Avalon was letting them in. But when you go up State Street, on the backside of the Avalon, they've got this courtyard there, and the doors open out into State Street.
Okay.
And you can just park outside that and watch those people going nuts.
Oh my gosh, I need to do this.
They're in that courtyard and they're smoking cigarettes and they're bullshitting with each other. And they ain't worried about social distancing or nothing. They
don't give a hell. They're just out there living their best lives. Like, we got somewhere to be.
Yeah.
We're happy. We're warm. We got a bed.
I ain't cold no more. I got a room, 7th floor.
For real, they're
overlooking the whole city. You want to come up to my penthouse?
For real though. Like, started from the box, now I'm here.
We can smoke crack up there if you're real quiet. If you're real quiet.
Don't tell nobody.
Put a towel under the door and turn the hot water on.
You're giving people ideas over here, Steve.
Hey, everybody's got their fix,
Oh my God, seriously though. Oh my God, Avalon's just gonna have a bunch of people parked there for them. Like, why are all these people sitting outside of there?
But if you do, I encourage everybody, if you get a chance to take a nice little drive, like around 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You can see, like, I hate to say it, but like the disheveled side of Erie wandering around, and it's really shocking. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you'll be out there at 11, and you'll be like, what time is it? Like 6 in the morning or something? You're like,
right?
Crap, no.
Right. You would think it's like, like everyone's leaving the bars, because you kind of get that scene like when we used to go out and like, at 3 o'clock, everyone's stumbling out of the Rook, and you see
just kind of making their way and stuff.
The wanderers.
Yeah. Oh, you see some serious wanderers early nowadays.
It's like that. Way before the sun's setting.
It's like that movie Night of the Comet. I don't know. You probably never saw it. It's an older movie, but I highly recommend it. You can find it on YouTube if you type in Night of the Comet. And it's all about the world.
Yeah.
And Halley's Comet or something is coming, and the tail of the comet's going to pass through the Earth.
Okay.
Or the Earth's going to pass through the tail of the comet.
Yeah.
So there's like a group of kids, and they're like in a movie theater, like making out and stuff. And then there's some other people around and around. And the Earth goes through the tail of the comet, and everybody that was inside lived, and everybody that was outside disintegrated.
Oh my gosh.
So,
no.
when they all emerged from like the movie theater and stuff, there was like a bag lady and a couple people milling around.
Oh.
But it's almost like that when you like go for a drive around like 11 o'clock, midnight, 10:30 at night. You're just kind of like, what happened here?
Is
it gonna?
The end of the world happened?
Is it gonna get better?
Like, oh my god! That reminds me of the show Last Man on Earth.
That show.
That one too.
That was a good show too. Just kind of wake up and you're like, where everybody go?
Right now. Definitely gonna invest in taking one of those late night drives for sure. I'm all about it now. I've got to check it out for myself.
Definitely. I should start tracing my things like on one of those jogging apps or something. Yeah. Start posting them. You're like late night tours with Steve.
Yes.
Here's your downloadable map for your Google Maps.
For real, I've seen a couple of people like do like daytime walk shows where they're just like going for walks around places. Like, you definitely need to do the night version of that, for sure. I would pull up on that every single night.
Yeah, I might have to start doing that.
For real, the viewers would definitely
once or twice. The minute I get on board with it, though, this whole thing will disappear, and I'm gonna go back to normal.
Exactly. Oh, you know it. Like, come on, man.
I was about to become rich and famous.
Seriously, extend it. We need to stay in the house longer. Oh my gosh. So, kind of speaking of uplifting people, as a creator, what is your goal to uplift people around you, whether that be in your personal life, your creative life?
Well, I just really want everyone around me to have a good time.
Yeah.
Like, I think I've always kind of been a happy-go-lucky kind of guy, and I really enjoy knowing that when I show up, you're going to laugh, you're going to have a good time, everyone's going to enjoy themselves for a little bit and stuff. And I even try to do that, like, with my music playing and stuff, like, when I'm in a band, I love bantering with the crowd and stuff like that. And
yeah.
The only thing is, like, a lot of the original music I write tends to sound really sad, people tell me.
Oh, no. But it's all about perspective, though, as well.
Right. And I'm always like, sounds sad. Okay. But, but like, my goal is just to, like, make people enjoy themselves,
Yeah.
I want someone to be like, man, that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. Or obviously me see you laughing. I'm like, all right, cool, man. Did my job for the night.
Yeah, you've got me in high spirits right now. I'm elated.
I'm glad I can do that for you. But yeah, on the creative tip, just supplying a good time.
I can dig it.
All the way around.
So kind of when all this craziness is over, do you have any plans for what you're going to do once you can finally get out of the house?
Well, yeah, I'm going to skateboard a lot this summer,
actually. Yeah,
because of one of the things. Because that's one thing that I kind of been sleeping on the last couple of years. I broke my ankle about 2.5 years ago. And it took a long time for it to get better.
Right.
And I went on this diet of pizza and beer. Which isn't
getting that beer gut ready.
It's not working out very well anymore. Time to change that up,
It's like, you don't need a drum set, you got your tummy.
So, I mean, once this is over, I'd love to get out and just really enjoy the summer and all that stuff, and then fall into something for the fall musically and stuff, and
right.
Do a little playing around town and try to get like out of town and run into some old friends and stuff like that,
I can dig that, yeah.
When I was younger, we used to play a lot in like Syracuse, Rochester, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Columbus and stuff, and still talk to a lot of those people on the internet and stuff, so it's like I need a reason to get down there. So if I got a guitar and they're gonna give me 5 beers for coming there, I'm in.
Might as well. I'm making that road trip.
Lord knows there ain't no money to be made playing music anymore. So
right.
Gas money and a couple beers, I'm into it.
I love it. Hopefully that all works out for you.
Yeah.
Definitely, like I said, be able to get out the house, so you might as well take advantage of the warm weather that we're gonna have. So.
Oh yeah, and like I said before, I'd like to pull a couple old friends into that project with me.
Yeah.
So I'll mention Chris Head's name again, just so he knows I'm coming for
him. He's been laughing the whole time. Every time you bring him up, he's just he's enjoying it. So, kind of to wrap things up, like, do you have any other words of advice or wisdom for the people, whether that be, for people that are going, kind of down in the ruts during this pandemic or just in general?
Well, just in general, I think that over the years since like 9/11 and stuff, we've learned just to be nice to one another.
Yeah,
Don't be a dick.
for
You're
real.
all young and cocky, and you think you're fucking cool because like you got cool hair and you weigh 120 pounds. Well, you know what? That don't last. So,
Hey.
well, for you it might. I can't imagine you putting on any weight, to be honest.
Oh,
But
I
I
mean,
mean,
just a
like,
couple pounds. Don't
but
tell me.
these egos, they don't last and stuff. And like, you gotta just suck it up and be nice to one another. Freaking some
Right,
new kid shows up on the scene, don't be a dick.
right.
Some old dude shows up, don't write him off as a fucking creep because it'll happen to you
Right,
eventually.
yep, yep.
Just try to love one another and shit. And
Right.
get that stuff together. Help each other out too, man.
Seriously.
I see a lot of people struggling in a lot of weird places.
Right.
Like the other day I was driving before all this happened and there was a dude laying down on the sidewalk next to the bus stop. And I drove by him and I was like, well, that seemed really weird. So I went back around the corner and was like, yo, man, you all right? And he was like, I fell, I can't get up. And I was like, all right.
I
Jumped
fallen.
out.
I can't get up.
I know I thought of that thing. So I was like, you need one of those life alerts.
I need some.
I don't know if they'll find you being here, but you need one. I like jumped out and picked the dude up and was just like, and I sat, and then when I was driving home, I was like, I wonder how many people drove by that dude, and didn't even bother to be like, you all right, So like, if you see somebody that looks like they might need a hand, ask them if they need a hand.
Right, right.
They look like they need a ride. You got some lady pushing 2 kids in a rainstorm. See if she needs a ride or something.
Right, right.
You never know when it's going to happen to you.
Karma is key. Like, you definitely have to think about that because, what goes around comes around.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind being Justin Timberlake. It'd be all right.
Ooh.
I get down with that.
I'm like, listen to that song after this is over. Get the
if I became Justin Timberlake, I could sing.
Oh, there you go. You can put 2 and 2 together. You be a hit. Time to cease. But no, I really like those words of wisdom because, like they keep saying, we're stronger together. And
you are. You're not meant to do this by yourself.
Exactly.
You aren't. I know there's many genders nowadays and stuff like that.
Oh God, endless.
But you have in the old days a man and a female and they fit together because you ain't supposed to do it by yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're supposed to do it together. So figure that shit out and freaking get together.
For real, come together right now. Down and down.
Yeah, I was gonna say what's the next words in that, but I don't remember.
I know, I can't remember either. I know the beat. I just know the main part. That's all that matters.
The Beatles. They're one of those bands. If you haven't had a good month with the Beatles, do it now.
Yes,
I like to tell all my students, I'm like, you know what? I don't want you to like the Beatles, but I want you to listen to the Beatles for at least a week.
Yes, there you go, right. The oldies are the goodies.
There's something to take away from that. Something to take away from everything,
Right.
Something to learn from everything.
Exactly.
No matter what it is in life. Whether it's COVID-19 or the Beatles, there's something to learn. A little bit here, a little bit there.
Exactly. Find something positive to invest your time in, for sure.
Good times all around.
Yes, good vibes only. We're spreading love and positivity out here. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I'm into it. Count me in.
So I don't really have any more questions for you. So it's kind of your time to shine. Do you have a showcase ready for us? Can you pull up on us with some talent? Play some riffs?
I did, but I'm lazy right now and I want to go to bed.
Oh, come on. You got to do something, Greg. Pull up on me.
I'll put together something and email it to you for another time.
Okay.
And then you can show it in one of your little throwbacks or edit
or
edit it in for when you post it to the thing.
I can put it on because this will be posted on the Erie Reader website. So I'll put it on there.
All right.
We'll give the people what they want.
Because I am literally riding off of almost being awake for 24 hours.
I can see the bags underneath your eyes getting bigger and bigger.
Dude, before 7:30, I was sitting here and I was just like, oh, so ready to just go to bed.
No, I know you're like, how long is this gonna take? Now I know why you're asking.
This is a serious word of advice to the people out there. Get normal sleep habits.
That's another tip of advice. Get your sleep straight.
There is no reason at 43 years of age I should be awake for 24 hours because I decided to play video games all night.
Oh, goodness. You done did it to yourself.
I did do it to myself. But yeah, I'll kick you a couple MP3s and a couple short videos and an email. You can edit up on there. And then if anyone wants to check them out, go to the Erie Reader thing and fast forward through all this mumbo jumbo and find it.
Yes, exactly. So before I let you go, is there like any other way that people can find you through via social media platforms, anywhere else?
You can find me on Facebook, obviously.
Okay.
And you can find me on Instagram under Maynard_G_2189. I like to take a lot of pictures of me peeing on things. No, not really. I used to for a while. But I grew out of that stage. Just like when I first got on Facebook for the first 2 years, I just posted every time I pooped. I was like, I'm pooping.
Keep the people intrigued.
Like if you go back far enough, everything that I post is about pure poop.
Pure poop. Oh my God. That sounds beautiful.
But if you're interested in music lessons, you can always just Google my name and I'm going to pop up in the Google search and stuff, Stephen Maynard and stuff. Or, just Stephen.a.maynard@gmail. Or flag me down on the side of the road or something,
Right, there you go.
I'm into it. I'll give you a guitar lesson anywhere.
I like it. I can dig it. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate you so much.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate this time bullshit with you. So it was a good time.
Yes.
All right.
That's the best way to spread positivity in the negative time, like what we're dealing with right now. So.
Well, I agree. And then if you're still doing this when the whole pandemic thing is over, have me on again, and I'll make it way more musical for you.
There we go. Perfect. And it'll be in a studio. We'll be face to face, so it'll be 10 times better, anyways.
Yeah, I like that.
Cool. Well, I'm going to let you go get some rest. You deserve it. Catch up on your sleep. Get it in track and in order. And I'll be talking to you soon. We'll reconvene after this is all over for sure. I have no doubt in that.
Definitely. Next time I see you, I'll get you a beer.
Yeah, buddy. We're going to get it on. All right. Go have a good night. Be safe. And I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Symoné. I'll catch you later.
All right. Bye.
Good night, America. So long.
Peace out. All right.
Who stops the video?
Me. Bye. All right, guys. So that's a wrap. That was a really, really awesome and fun episode I had with Steve Maynard, my old guitar teacher. He is the bomb.com for sure. Such a fun, positive dude. He always makes you feel enlightened and happy no matter what. You really can't have a frown on your face when he's in the room. And his music has always been, very, very influential to me. I've learned a lot from him, and I continue to learn more every day. I mean, I've been to a couple of his final sets that he's done at different bars and whatnot, and they've always been a really good time. He always plays really eclectic, oldies but goodies, and sometimes you need that because we're always kind of caught up on, the newest things that are coming out. But it's good to, recollect on things that are from the past because, history always repeats itself as we're seeing right now with this whole crazy pandemic going on. So, but hey, guys, I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Of course, we will be back tomorrow with Tales Behind the Creative. My special guest is going to be a local comedian, which I'm excited about to have a different kind of variety of creative on the show. His name's Adam Mullally. A good friend of mine. I've seen him perform live at Lola's Lounge, which is inside the Avalon, for one of their comedy nights. He's a really funny dude. Definitely had me in my feelings, laughing my butt off. So it was definitely a really, really fun and good time. So I can't wait for you guys to get to hear what we're talking about, and then get to hear a showcase. Hopefully you'll crack a couple funny jokes for us to uplift the mood and whatnot. I know I missed out on you guys last night. I thank you all so much for the support that you guys gave me. I was going through a rough patch, but we all go through it, especially in times like this. So I really appreciate all the kind words of love that you spread to me. I had my friend Alvin give me a late night call, which was unexpected. I was talking about that earlier with Steve, and it was really beautiful. I was so happy that, there's people out in this world that really do care about you and really do want to see you succeed and see the best for you. So I'm grateful for people like that in my life that continually check up on me and give me the support that, we all need, deserve, and want at the end of the day. So shout out to Alvin for being the bee's knees and having my back, because that's love right there. And you really don't get that really often. So love you, bro. Love ya. But hey, I'm going to let you guys go. I'll see you again tomorrow at 8 p.m. sharp with Adam Mullally. We're going to crack some jokes, have some fun, spread the love and positivity as always, get our minds off all the crazy hecticness that's going on, and let the countdown ensue. So I love you all so much. You guys be safe out there. Have a beautiful night and a beautiful day. I'm going to do some collabing with Mike Golab. So hopefully some fun videos will come out of that tomorrow too. So I'm excited. And yeah, we'll proceed from there. So again, thanks for tuning in. My name's Simone, your hostess with the Samostas, and this has been another episode of Tales Behind the Creative. Can't wait to see you tomorrow for episode 13. Till then, peace out, Cub Scouts. Have a good one.